Hi, my name is Megan Howell, and this is my origami snail tutorial for Origami Air, which is an Origami Art Studio and Fine Arts Exhibition Center in Sarasota, Florida. So as part of our quarantine series, we're offering some free tutorials. So please like us on Facebook and Instagram, and stay tuned. 9-inch sheet of foil paper. So what we're going to do first is flip it over so the non-foil side is showing, and now we're going to fold it in half by matching the edges and the points, and then creasing it. So now open it back up, rotate it, and then fold it in half again by matching the edges. Okay. Unfold it. Now flip it over, and we're going to fold it in half by folding two triangles, so point to point. Now unfold it, rotate it, and do the same in the opposite direction, point to point. Then open it, and now where all the lines meet, if you just kind of invert that, then it'll pop open, and you can close it to the square base. So sharpen your creases. And this is the closed end, and this one has flaps. So rotate it so the closed end is facing you. Now there's 2 layers on the right, 2 layers on the left. And so take the edge of this right layer and fold it towards the centermost vertical crease. And then repeat on the left side, so it kind of looks like a kite now. And now flip the model over and repeat. The right side folded towards the centermost crease. And you want to make sure there's not a huge gap in between and it's not overlapping. Now, once you have that, we're going to do open squash. So take the right wing of the kite, open it up. There is a pocket, and the goal is to move this line and have it aligned with the centermost vertical crease. And this line will end up matching up with this edge on the furthest left side. So slightly pull it over and then squash. And now you have something that looks like a boat. So turn the page. We're going to repeat. So open up the flap of the kite, stick your finger in the pocket, and shift that line over so it aligns with the centermost vertical crease. Now you have another boat. So you can turn the model over until you find your kite again, and repeat. So open up the pocket and shift over and squash. And then repeat on the left side, same thing. This is the last pocket, open up, shift over, and crease. So now you want to make sure there are equal flaps on the left and right side. So there should be 4 on each side. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if it's incorrect, then just move one over, and so it looks identical on the front and the back side. So boats here, boats here. So now turn your model So the sails of the boat are facing towards the right. And now we're going to take one layer of this edge and we're going to fold it just next to the center. Make sure you have a nice tapered point. And then we're going to fold it over one more time towards the center. And that's what we're trying to achieve. So now, rotate your model so the boat sail is pointing to the left. And this time, we're going to fold just a guesstimate, but about a third of the way by bringing that edge in. And then all the way towards the centermost horizontal crease. So when you have that, you'll notice they are uneven, and that's how they're supposed to be. So now, rotate your model back the other way, flip it over, and we're going to repeat. So take this edge, fold it just next to the center, and then fold it over one more time. And now let's rotate our model so the boat sails point to the left. Now we're going to take this edge and do the third fold. And then fold it all the way in. So it looks the same. So now we're going to take our model, and you see we have two flaps on the left and right side. So what we're going to do is take these one flap on each side and push them together. So it kind of tucks those pieces we just folded into the middle. And then you can pick your model up and do the same thing on the other sides. Both sides. We're going to turn our model again so the boat sails are facing the right, but this time we're going to start off with folding a third instead of folding all the way in towards the center. And now fold towards the center. And you'll see it's starting to line up with previous folds. So now rotate your model to the left so the boat sails are pointing to the left. And this time we're going to fold in towards the center. And then one more fold. And you'll also see that this is lining up with previous folds. So now flip the model over, rotate it to the right, and we're going to start off with folding a third of the way first, and then towards the center. And then we're going to rotate the model to the left, and then we're going to do the fold towards the center, and then take that edge and fold it towards the center one more time. Okay, so now we have a longer, skinnier flap on the left, and then a shorter, thicker flap on the right. So what we want to do is we want to take this left flap and just turn the page over to the right and then smooth out your piece. You'll see it creates some symmetry with the underlying pieces. So now we flip our model over to the back. We're going to do the same thing. So locate the skinnier piece, which is on the left, and flip it over to the right. And now it doesn't really matter which one's the front, which one's the back. You can stay on this side or you can flip it over. But you'll see there the front has a point here on the top and then on the bottom. And then there are 2 points sandwiched inside. There are 2 points sandwiched inside of the top and bottom points. So take the right one and slowly fold it out. These are the horns of the snail, and then the left side, and you can reshape them once your snail is finished. So take the top point and tuck it in, and the bottom point, do the same. This is much easier with foil paper, and you can adjust like so. And give it a nice pinch to hold that crease. So now you'll see there's almost a midpoint in the snail. So imagine a line going from the left here to the right here, and then create that crease by folding it, and it doesn't need to be exact, at that imaginary line. Give it a nice crease, especially if you're not using foil paper. And that is the midpoint. And so now, to spread his shell, if you look at the model, you have 4 layers on the right side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the same on the left side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the best way to spread his shell is to grab 2 adjacent layers. So I'm grabbing the first layer on the left and the 4th layer on the right, and just gently pulling. Gentle is the key here. So you'll start to see it spread a little bit. So now you're going to grab the last layer on the left and the first layer on the right and do the same. And then alternate between the different layers in the snail very gently, and begin to shape it. So the way you want to shape it is entirely up to you. You can say this is good, or you can keep going. I'm going to choose to keep going just for a minute. And if you want to go further, you can even expand it all the way and flatten it, or turn it into a sunken shape even. There are a lot of different variations you can do to make it your own. So there is finished snail, and you can adjust his horns however. And that is it. So now that you know how to make your own traditional origami snail, you'll never be lonely during the quarantine, because you can make all kinds of fun snail buddies. Like this one was made from copy paper that I colored. And if you go back and reference a previous tutorial, which I'm happy to share with you if you can't locate it on your own, you can make your own origami paper with just a regular sheet of copy paper. So you can have a whole army of snails to share the fun with friends, family, yourself, or that's about it. But anyways, if you like the video, or if you have any questions, then don't hesitate, and please follow Origami Air on Facebook and Instagram, and see you next time.